Hello. We are ready to go. And I say that when I'm not ready to go, I need to close my GameCube. Where's my GameCube? There it is. I have a bunch of stuff like under my desk, so sometimes I have to like reach for it a bit. Please read the disc. There we go. I kind of screwed something up off stream, by the way, so I'll explain that momentarily. But yeah, I did mess something up. Also, there's lawn mowing outside. I don't know how audible that'll be. But we shall see. On that. Wow, that's loud. Hi, Chibi. Welcome on in. Thank you for the head pats. This is the wrong scene. I was like, why is there no picture? It's like, oh yeah, this is the wrong scene. Oops. Okay, sounds like they're going away. Maybe? Again, there's lawn mowing outside, so that'll be interesting. Yeah, I don't know, like if I turn off the game sound, like how audible is this? Like, I wonder how much the noise cancellation I have actually does to, like, get rid of this. This is stream 2. Oops, I knew I forgot to do something. My bad. Thank you. Sneakily head pass. Oh, thank you. Welcome on in. I am kind of hoping that the lawnmower goes away before too long. So I'm just kind of sitting here for a moment. There we go. That should be updated. If you don't see it, you might need to refresh. Okie dokie. I think we are ready to hop back into our Animal Crossing town. I did kind of screw up something, so I will talk about that momentarily. Hey, are you ready to hit the town now? It's September 18th, 2025 at 10:48 a.m. in slot A Hanabira right now. You all set to go? I time traveled with the wrong town, basically. I meant to time travel with the setup file. I accidentally left the memory card in, so it did time travel our stream file. So there is something I want to show here. Hey, who are you? I'm Yuna. I'm sorry, of course, you're Yuna. It totally slipped my mind. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to get things set up for you, so just hold on a sec. I'm getting Hanabira ready for you. Don't turn the power off or remove the memory card. I am feeling okay, question mark? I hope I'm okay. Thanks for waiting. I hope you have a good time in Hanabira. So, we're still on Thursday in game time. And you may be wondering, why is it still on Thursday time? Because I got a letter from Tom Nook. This is the wrong letter. Thanks to all of you, I've saved up a fair bit of money, so on September 18th, 2025, I'm closing the shop for remodeling. Thanks for your patience. And I think the message board might be a little screwed up. Yeah, there's two of this message, because I time traveled. Again, meant to do it with the other file, and meant to pull the memory card out first, but I accidentally time traveled with this file too. So oops, my bad. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this day, though. I just really quickly want to show that the shop is indeed closed. Pardon our mess, we're remodeling. We hope to reopen soon. So that'll be open tomorrow. And to keep our progress over here, I'm gonna quickly dart down here and talk to the Able Sisters. Also, if we talk to Copper, actually. Let's see. You ask about goings-on. Well, on September 19th, the police station will be running our BIP campaign, Bust Illegal Parkers. Yuna, I hope you have not been involved in any sort of illegal parking activity whatsoever. Ah, you don't even own an automobile, do you? I must beg your pardon. So we will get to that a little bit later. There's actually a temptation to fish today, of all things. Like, I was gonna make this a quick day. Oh, hi. Well, hey there. I'm just visiting. I've heard that this is a nice town, but Hanabira is so much more amazing than I never thought possible. Well, don't mind me. I'll just be here. So, when you visit a town, you'll sometimes run into Blanca instead of Rover. She has no face, so there's a little mini game using the pattern creation tool where you have to draw her a face. I didn't do a great job, but those are like the preset eye and mouth and nose tool, which aren't necessarily the best. Anyway, we also have a couple new villagers like Kit, by the way. Well, hello again, so what can I do for you, child? I know this is a weird question, but who made your outfit? I've been really into Gracie brand clothing lately. I'm crazy for anything that has the Gracie label. The material, cut, and designs are all exquisite, child. But she's a little eccentric. At this, she absolutely refuses to accept any money for her clothes. God, I wish that was the case in later games. Her stuff is expensive. Yeah, hi GV, hi Mario, hope everyone's doing well. Again, having an alright time at the moment. Big thing right now is I kind of just want to work on this game. I was thinking about doing a one-off today instead, but opted to just continue Animal Crossing because we don't have that much left. Mabel, can't you come answer this customer's question? My sister always jumping when people say jump. Oh. Just like me, for real. I relate to Sable. I wish Sable had gotten an amiibo. I feel like if Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival wasn't, you know, Amiibo Festival, we probably would have gotten a third wave, and maybe Sable would have been in that. I like Amiibo too, mind you. It's just my preference is for Sable, the introvert. There's something else I kind of want to show off. We'll have to sacrifice this tree to do it, though. We have plenty of the palm trees sprouting. This might be too close, actually. Oh, I'm sorry, GV. I hope you feel better soon. We actually might have to sacrifice both of these trees to test this. This might not even work, by the way. I might be doing this for nothing. But we do have a lot of the coconut trees sprouting legitimately. So we should be good to go on that front. I'm gonna have to go back to my house, actually. What was going to be a quick check-in day to explain me having a time travel incident, somehow turned into a much more involved day than I was hoping it would be. So, interesting. It happens. But yeah, the bus illegal parkers event does tie into Gracie, the Gracie mention. This is something I actually really like in this game, is how they'll actually foreshadow villagers coming in. Or like, not villagers, but like special visitors. They'll kind of foreshadow like, oh, I heard so-and-so is coming by soon. Or they'll just be like, hey, have you heard of this like clothing brand? Like, they'll just kind of make conversation based on things that are upcoming, which I actually really like. Again, there's so much dialogue in this game. It's honestly really impressive how much dialogue is crammed into an N64 game ostensibly, because again, despite being a GameCube game for the West, it was originally on N64. And there's a lot of challenges unique to translating a game like this. Check it out, I dug up 1,000 bells. Like text spacing, for example, because Japanese characters work very differently than, English characters, but we can actually bury a shovel and get a gold sprout here. We'll have to check on that later, though. I'm going to do a quick scan of the waters, because when it's raining, you are supposed to be able to catch a really rare fish. So I would kind of like to do that. Also, the lighthouse thing I was talking about last time, where you have to like turn on the lighthouse because Tortimer's on vacation, that happens in winter, so that is not an event we'll be passively running into. Most of the fish shadows look kind of small at the moment. Didn't actually mean to pick that up, actually. Drop that. But you can catch what they call a living fossil, or a coelacanth in rainy weather. It is one of the biggest fish you can catch, and it's also one of the most expensive. I think Nook will give you like 15,000 bells for it, or something ridiculous. I also haven't done much fishing in general now that I think about it. Yeah, this is not one because it's like frame perfect for actually catching it. It is ridiculous. Speaking of frame perfect, I was thinking about like, there's a company called 8-Bit though that does a lot of controllers. I've heard mixed stories about their controller quality. Like they're pretty decent unless you're doing a 2D game because their D-pads wear out very quickly. That is constantly the main complaint I hear is their D-pads kind of suck. But the rest of the controller is good. It has Hall Effect, or actually more specifically TMR, which is kind of like a step up from Hall Effect. Technologically speaking, do not ask me to explain the specifics, I don't know how. But the interesting thing about all this is they actually sell a mod kit that allows you to make a GameCube controller wireless. Unfortunately, it has some problems though. So for example, it is read as a Switch 1 Pro controller if connected to a Switch. So the problem with that is it doesn't have analog triggers, so for a game like Super Mario Sunshine, it would actually be kind of unplayable. But for like your average, you know, garden variety GameCube game that doesn't use analog triggers too extensively, yeah, no, that is a decent option if you want that form factor. It's also cheaper than the actual NSO controller, albeit the NSO controller does add in extra buttons too. Yeah, we are not going to get a Coelacanth today, I can tell you that much already. Hello, welcome on in. Again, I'm just kind of doing a quick retrospective like playthrough of Animal Crossing, because this is a game that means a lot to me. So yeah, I'm trying to pay off the debt as quickly as possible. Time traveling may be involved, to be blunt. But yeah, was just kind of talking about like, well, I was just kind of looking for a Coelacanth because it is raining, but it's also exceptionally rare. We also have the problem of the store is closed, so if I actually caught too much, we wouldn't be able to actually sell it. So we're just gonna move on. We are in rainy season. If we get another rainy day while the shop is actually open, we will actually do a decent amount of fishing, I think. You remember hating the acre transitions? Yeah, it is a little bit jarring. One nice thing is there are actually mods now that get rid of that. Like, you can just have it be seamless, like in the old game. Or the newer games. And it's kind of wild going to Wild World and not having the acre transitions. It's like, wow, this game feels very different with that slight change. Also, the camera is very different in, Wild World onwards. I actually go back and forth on which I prefer. I kind of like the top-down vibe, for example. The kind of rolling effect of Wild World onwards can be a little disorienting at times. Though I think one game lets you do an overhead camera, might be New Horizons. But it's also been a hot minute since I've played New Horizons. There's a lot less things to do. In some ways, I think the games are more built around their personality versus, like, you know, tasks, basically. And then playing what would you like to do. In that case, I'm going to save over your town data. I can never read that, it's too fast. Like, it barely feels like it even has time to load in all the text before it already is gone. So yeah, for the sake of speeding up this playthrough, because again, I'm streaming semi-irregularly, I am time traveling. So yeah, just kind of casually reach over, turn off my GameCube and turn it back on again. We'll leave the time about the same, just for the sake of, like, everything being open and everything. We'll go to night on Saturday in game time, for a reason. Plus, the new shop, I think, is open, like, late, so that should work out. Alright, moving on for real this time, because that little mishap, but Hey, are you ready to hit the town, cheapers? It's September 19th, 2025 at 11 AM in slot 8 Hanabira right now. You all set to go? Hey, who are you? I'm sorry, of course, you're Yuna. It totally slipped my mind. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm going to get things set up for you. So yeah, my overall take on Animal Crossing is to get more focused on the town itself, and starting with like New Leaf especially. Thanks for waiting. I hope you have a good time in Hanabira. And less focused on the actual villagers. Like, the villagers almost feel more like gameplay versus like trying to make the town feel lived in. My dear Yuna, I was thinking of you the other day as I made some coffee. When I went to take a sip of it, it was the worst pot of coffee I'd ever made. Why would that be? Your sentimental mom. Oh. Yeah, we kind of have a lot of clutter in her room right now, so I'm not shocked by that. Renovation notice. Thank you so very much for your business. It is my pleasure to announce a complete store renovation. Come enjoy our wider selection of products. Nook and Go. Amber, I think I already donated one. Which is good, actually, because that means, hey, I can sell it. Hey, it's Rasher. I buried a pitfall somewhere in Acre F5. Whoever finds it keeps it, but you'll owe me big time. So, that's a cool mechanic, is pitfalls. You can kind of leave little pitfall traps to, like, mess with people who visit. Hey, what's up, morning? You're all about rising early, aren't you, Bouquet? It doesn't matter to you that it's pouring, Bouquet? Anywho, you probably want something, don't you? So what is it, Bouquet? Check this out. Take a look at this letter. Somebody's got a secret. Goose, nature's child, listen now and hear the wisdom I have to share. Trees of life, do not hew them recklessly. Swing your axe with wisdom for the benefit of all. From a concerned lumberjack. What do you think, Yuna? Is this letter funny at all? Yeah. Really? So you understood it? Wow, that's amazing. Could you explain it to me? Oh, hi. You're just here. Gracie, as advertised, is in town. Yes, hello, I'm Gracie, the last twinkling star of a darkening fashion world. Can I help you, darling? Oh my, how can you even look at yourself in that? I feel as though I should wash my eyes out. Still, I'm somewhat impressed. You do have bad taste rather well. It's like a form of art. I'd better watch out for you. You might become my rival. Just kidding, darling. Tehehehe. You stop right there. Do you see this hot-looking set of wheels right here? This, of course, is mine. It's a vintage car I ordered from across the sea. See the sultry silhouette? Isn't it just perfect for a fashion-it giraffe like yours truly? Oh, yes. But, oh, I got so dirty from driving on dirt roads on my way to this hick town. So, can I ask a favor? If you wash my car for me, you sweet little darling, I'll give you some simply fabulous clothing. How would that be? I must be daffy. Did you just tell me to wash it myself? Darling, stop with the jokes. They're not funny. Can't you see that my beautiful clothes would be positively ruined if I were to wash it myself? Now stop complaining and get on with car washing. Stand in front of my car. You'd better work. Just move your right hand as quickly as you can. Let's get started, shall we? Ready, set, go! So this is a button mashing test. We have to mash A as quickly as possible, and depending on how well we do, I think we'll get a better shirt as a reward. If we do badly, we'll get like a mold shirt. Time's up. Halt! Oh, it's spotless. Nice job, darling. I'll give you a piece of fine clothing, as I promised. I've never noticed that, like, panting sound. I designed it, of course. The only question is, are you fashionable enough to pull it off? Well, hehehe. We shall see. This is a cool shirt. That is a shirt, of all time. So yeah, as a reminder, you can actually change your own background. I think I'll actually leave that. That's actually kind of cool. Again, you gotta check out your daily routine. Animal Crossing is kind of like a daily routine kind of game, which again is why I think it's inherently not conducive to a stream series entirely. Just because it's one you kind of like pick at a little bit every day, not one that you like marathon. So again, by the nature of streaming the game, I'm not sure if I'm giving the full like appeal of this game, even though I do love Animal Crossing. Welcome, welcome, how very nice to see you. So, how do you like the house? You did see it, didn't you? I should hope so, it being your house and all. Hurrah! A two-story house, two spacious rooms, a deluxe basement. Now that, my friends, is big. Now then, there's the small matter of the cost. Such luxury doesn't exactly come cheap. So that'll be 798,000 bells. Oh, gracious, I'm sorry, but you should have seen the look on your face. You look like you were about to faint right away. Oh, but you know, you don't have to pay me now, right? Really, try not to be scared by all those zeros, Just pay it off through the post office like before. And I might as well give you all the bad news at once, so I'll just go ahead and tell you this now. I can't make your house any bigger than it is now. Sadly, it's beyond my skill to build skyscrapers, yes? But still, seeing as how you asked for it and the work is done, you have to pay it all off, of course. That's what you call the rules of society, I didn't write them, it's just the way things work. At any rate, I hope you'll still come by the shop for your everyday shopping needs. Yes, please do. This is a cute table. Yeah, lovely table. A lovely theme would actually be kinda nice. I don't know if I'll go for that though. Unfortunately, given how much I want to show, it's like I don't know if I'll show off the raffle unless I time travel. I could time travel for it in all fairness, at the end of the playthrough. Just kinda rapid fire a couple things, real quick. I should sell the gyroids, because I almost never use them. Oh hi Aiden, I forgot you're purple now. Not even kidding. I forgot that was a recent development, as of yesterday. I'm used to seeing your name as yellow, to be honest. You forgot that too? Oh, cool. So, now we have the fun task of paying off our debt. However, I actually don't think we have enough bells to pay off our loan. Right now at least, so oops. So we need to actually come up with the money for it. You know, I've also thought about maybe keeping this file off, like, off stream, but the decision I'm trying to make right now is which file. Do I keep the other one, or do I keep this town? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I can see arguments both ways. For which town to actually keep, and which one to, like, you know... Oh, which town to continue, basically. Yeah, I put so many hours into this game. I have distinct memories. My family at the time had a giant bean bag, and I would sit in the bean bag and play Animal Crossing. There was one time I was sick, like really sick, and I remember actually like completely passing out while playing Animal Crossing because I was so sick. Luckily, this is a game that if it's running for a long time, it's not a huge deal, given that, again, this is a very light game to run. Even on a GameCube, it's, like, pretty light on the system. It's not, like, hugely taxing. So yeah, leaving it running wasn't, like, doing damage, at least. That's what I'm trying to say. I guess we can save some letters. I haven't actually done this yet on this file. Letters are like one time, I guess I'll keep. So we'll keep the Nook letters, because why not? Letter from home. The other thing is you can actually use all these letters as storage, so you can indirectly bump up your storage space from like 15 to like 25. It's basically a roundabout way of getting more storage in. I actually have the fossils in those, so I can't actually do anything with those yet. So yeah, there is the actual interesting issue of like, I did not actually grind enough off stream before even setting up, like going live with this playthrough last time. We still have a long way to go to actually paying off the debt in full. We still have like 400k left, essentially. Like this here will be about 200k, so we'll still be short a fair amount. unfortunately. So yeah, we have the awkward situation of like, I don't know if this sounds mean to say now, but like, we actually kind of have to, like, we can't breeze through the rest of this, basically. We actually do have to, like, engage with the systems fully, and actually show off, like, how this works. So, like, if you didn't want to use the code, paying off the debt is very slow. This will put us at, like, 250,000? Yeah. That's still a decent chunk, in all fairness. I mean, I could just use the money code and easily pay that off in a few in-game days, because we're going to be seeing all this anyway. But yeah, if you actually just want to get money organically, if obviously fossils sell for quite a bit, like a couple thousand each usually. Again, fossils are less convenient in this game because of just having to mail them in all the time. The other interesting thing about this is gyroids tend to appear after it rains, specifically after it rains. So like that's when they start appearing. Oh hi, you're not actually home. This is like a weird thing. Oh hi. Oh Yuna, hey, maybe you can clear something up for me. Why do I feel so lazy when it rains, Snortle? I mean, I'm completely useless in this kind of weather. If it's gonna be like this, I should have just slept in. So what do you need, Snortle? I've got the gnarliest story. Like a bag of Takis? I don't... That's the only line of gnarly I remember. Seriously, I'll scare the hair clean off of you. Do you want to hear it, Yuna? Oh hey, free hair removal. Cool. Okay, the other day I decided to clean under my furniture. It's been a while, and this nasty, creepy, gross... Ugh, I can't go on. It's too scary. Just promise me you'll clean under your furniture. It could save your life, Snortle. The TLDR is cockroaches can actually appear if you don't, like, check inside your house very much. So yeah, that is genuinely a gameplay mechanic, because you have to, like, check for cockroaches periodically. T-Bone, hi. Ooh, good morning. Okay. It's already 11 AM, but I'm still so sleepy. Oh, what was the previous one? I thought it was the same dialogue. When I lived in Hanabi, I used to get up so much earlier. Well, have we met? I'm new around here, so I haven't had a chance to introduce myself. My name's T-Bone. It's nice to meet you. So someone else moved in from my setup file, basically. Again, because of the name choice and everything, part of me almost wants to make that the personal file and just keep this as a streaming file that will essentially probably be retired after this playthrough, because to be honest, I don't entirely think I'll continue playing this game on my own time, just because, like, daily games take a while. I mean, daily games anyway take a while. Like, you know, daily login type games. Rain and Yuna, that's one wacky combo. If you ask me, it's like juice and mints, meow. Anyway, what's up, meow? Did you know that a lot of romances begin in September? I'll bet you didn't. Yeah. Well, I think we've seen this already. So I knew that would get your attention, meow. So, do you want me to tell you what it is? Any tips? Oh, you want me to tell you? To tell the truth, I have no idea. I was hoping you could tell me. If you ever figure it out, be sure to tell me, meow. Again, it is interesting going back to a game like this, because everyone always hypes up the writing of this game in particular, and it's like, yeah, no, there's a lot more sass to it than in newer Animal Crossing, but there is still kind of the issue of, like, a lot of lines do repeat, genuinely. So, like, I do think a lot of the dialogue stands out more, but I don't think it's, like... I think people oversell how nerfed New Horizons and New Leaf are, writing-wise. Like, I don't think it's as dire as people make them out to be, or maybe I'm just kind of, like, a show for New Horizons, because, let's be real, it got me through a lot. Ironically, despite, you know, sort of no-lifing that game for obvious reasons, I actually never really played online, because that was during a period where I didn't really know a lot of people. So yeah, I actually remade made a new Leaf file and was trying to go through that on my personal time. But lo and behold, I'm bad at doing things for myself. Check it out, I dug up a pitfall. So the way pitfalls work is if you step on it, you'll fall into the ground and have to like wiggle out with the control stick and like mashing buttons. Basically designed as a prank. But yeah, this is a gold tree now. We'll have to see how that sprouts in a bit. Again, doing a quick coelacanth check, just because I think it'd be fun to catch a coelacanth on stream. But we also want to check in on Mabel and Sable. We should be getting to the point where she starts to open up to us. Oh, your name is Yuna, isn't it? Sis almost never remembers the names of any customers. Weird. Mabel, don't go running off at the mouth for once. Don't mind us. Please feel free to look around the shop. So yeah, if you talk to her enough, she will start to de-thaw a bit, which I really like. Hey there, hello. You know, all the people in Hanabio are so caring. Either that, or maybe there's something they want from me. For whatever reason, they all really want to talk to me. Blanca's a very interesting character. They never explain why she doesn't have a face, to my knowledge. But she's just also used heavily in New Leaf. Specifically for the purpose of an April Fool's Day event. One thing I find fascinating about this game, and the series in general, is how much characters get repurposed for things. Through like events and stuff. So like a character who's like a one-off NPC can actually host an event in a later game. Good morning. It may be raining, but you can't let the rain drown your spirits. So you must have some reason for coming to see me, right, child? We haven't done a favor in a while. Thanks for asking, really, though. I can't think of any work for you. It's nice of you to ask, child. And, you know, of course, that's my luck. The other possibility is I'm completely forgetting how coelacanths actually work. They might be time-locked, and I forgot. That is a possibility that is based on a time limit, and I just kinda smooth-brained. I talked about this a little bit last time also, but the other interesting thing about Nook's store is that each iteration, there are 4 in total, actually have different opening and closing times. So like, Nook and Go is more like a convenience store. It's like open earlier and closes later, I think. It's like a 7-Eleven. But some of the other ones close a lot earlier. That this is actually one of my legitimate gripes with New Horizons, is the store can't expand past like the 2nd tier. Most shopping is done elsewhere. It's like I really wish there was another like shop upgrade in New Horizons. I think that would have helped a lot. Again, New Horizons is a game that means a lot to me, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize parts of it. I do think a lot of things do get overblown though, so for example, it's like, why didn't they give more updates to the game? It's like, I'm pretty sure they said they would do a year of updates, like, from the beginning, and everyone just kind of forgot about that, and was like, wait, why are they stopping updates now? It's like, yeah, because they said they were. It's like the same team also works on Splatoon or something, and actually wants to do something else than Animal Crossing. It's like, that's genuinely it from what I gather. A lot of this Splatoon and Animal Crossing share a lot of staff now. So, for example, Splatoon Raiders existing, and, you know, not showing up at the recent September Direct kind of to me indicates that, like, 1, it's pretty far off, and 2, we probably won't hear anything about Animal Crossing until like a September 26 Direct at the earliest, and even that will probably just be the announcement of it without much detail until later. Again, being very optimistic here, I don't think we're getting a new Animal Crossing anytime soon because of Splatoon being like a big tentpole franchise now. Yeah, I'm gonna give up on the coelacanth. This will take too long. But yeah, genuinely, fishing is a great way to actually get money really quickly, along with getting fossils, bugs, and so on. Just checking what is already in here. Ammonite, I think we got one of those. Amber and dinosaur egg. I think these are... So the amber isn't here and the plesiosaur isn't here, so we have 2 things to donate. But also, bladders won't tell you anything until you actually, like, finish a fossil. So we'll get a description for the amber, but not the other thing. Ooh, again I say, ooh, just look at this, amber, stoutly preserving the pale reminders of our past. This is quite a large full-bodied specimen, I want. Smooth, exquisite, I'm reeling in awe. Amber is a form of tree resin, which has hardened and has been preserved in the Earth's crust for millions of years. Resin is produced as a defense against insects and disease. It seals wounds, allowing trees time to heal. Sometimes unlucky insects get caught in the resin, too. I wonder what's in your amber? A fly? Perhaps a mosquito? Amber, you see, is a preservative of miraculous proficiency. Bits of amber are like miniature time capsules. Ooh, mercy, what prattling! I must beg your pardon. I imagine you feel as though you've been captured in time. I feel like I gave Blathers more of an accent last time, but I kind of slacked on it this time. I was taking a drink of tea. The day the remaining pieces of our prehistoric puzzle are found will be a choice one indeed. Good luck to you. So yeah, you get a lot of repeats, which is actually nice, because then you can just sell them. But yeah, going back to the previous topic though, it is interesting how the focus shifted in Animal Crossing towards more building up the town. You know, New Leaf having to be the mayor and actually like deciding public work projects. And then going to New Horizons where you're heavily involved in like landscaping the island and everything. It's a very different feel to it. And like, I don't entirely know how I feel about it. I would kind of like the next Animal Crossing to scale back a little bit on the building aspects. Like, have the customization of the town intact, but create some way to incentivize the villagers and the people in the village a lot more. I just fully believe there's a way to compromise this, or to reach a compromise with this, instead of just like one or the other. Because I do like a lot of the quality of life. I also have less emphasis on crafting, to be honest. Specifically for tools. Like, the tool crafting was a bit of a drag after a bit. Especially if you were, like, trying to, like, get a lot of money quickly, not through bells and stuff. And we're, like, fishing constantly. Like, the way I got money in New Leaf was fishing and bug catching. But like, that just was not as viable in New Horizons because of just how much tools broke. Again, it added friction in a way that just was not adding anything meaningful, IMO. Yeah, I'm giving up on the coelacanth. We are definitely not finding one today. Yeah, I think we'll probably pick up the pace for the next couple days in-game, just because tomorrow is Friday in-game, so we'll be hopping over at night, actually, to show off a couple things. Again, Nook and Go is very convenient for this purpose, because it means, oh hey, the shop will be open. Oh, Peaches is all the way down there. This is the worst rock placement, because it's very hard to get all the bells from it. Because it doesn't even have enough room around it to actually get a full stack. Never mind, I can just be full of BS. Like, I kind of forgot that they could actually land there, because you typically can't place things on spots like this, because it's too narrow. But I guess given, you know, this is like an item drop, it's like exempt from that. It's really weird, actually, how that works. But yeah, I definitely wish I remembered why I even tried this game in the first place. Again, that's a weird, like, gap in my memory a little bit where it's like, why did I buy Animal Crossing out of like curiosity? Because I was so resistant to trying things outside my wheelhouse. Like, what made me want to play Animal Crossing? Like, genuinely, I don't actually have an answer to that. I'm glad I did, because this is one of my favorite series now. I love Animal Crossing in general. I've put so many hours into all of these games. New Leaf on my old 3DS before I like wiped it for a reason, like gender reasons, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I had close to like 1,300 hours on that. Like not even joking. I played the hell out of Animal Crossing. New Leaf, especially. That's another game I've thought about for Fox Girls favorites, but the only downside of that is, like, a debt clear for that game is way harder. By the nature of not having as much, like, well, for one thing, having more debt in the first place. Two, being a more goal-oriented game. Like with the mayor role, so the formatting is not as relaxed. You actually do have to be a little bit more proactive with that game. So it is a matter of like, I don't entirely know how I'm structuring a playthrough of the original Animal. Like, I wasn't sure how I'd structure a playthrough of this game, let alone New Leaf, which in my opinion is actually would actually be a lot more work to try to show off everything. I'm not entirely sure how I'd pull it off, to be blunt. Especially because also there's the issue, how do I even capture the game? There are ways to capture 3DS footage wirelessly now, but they're kind of choppy. They're not like pristine footage, they lag a lot, basically. So yeah, I don't know how I would actually handle a New Leaf playthrough. And again, there's like emulation, that's always an option, but then some other features are harder to show, like Amiibo and stuff like that, so yeah, I'm really not sure how I would even approach a New Leaf playthrough. The obvious easy solution is get a capture card. Oh wait, you can't get 3DSs that easily anymore. That would be like $500, and I don't think that's worth it for a retrospective series on New Leaf. As much as I love this game, I don't think that would be very cost effective, basically. Like, it just kind of makes sense. Like, it would make sense to show off the game because it is extremely meaningful to me, but I don't know if it's conducive to a streaming series, even more so than this game, by the nature of, like, being a handheld game and everything. It's just kind of, like, awkward in a lot of ways. But yeah, that's also ultimately a problem for the future. Like, I obviously don't need to make a decision right now. Again, in our Fox Girls Favorites timeline, this is 2005, essentially, when I started playing Animal Crossing. We have one more 2005 game, and then we are skipping all the way to 2000, which is like August, by the way. And then skipping all the way through to 2006, and that's pretty late 2006 too. A lot of the games I played in this era, and I've talked about this a bit before, were movie related, like Star Wars related, some movie games. There's like a Penguins of Madagascar, like GBA game, for example, that I played a fair amount. There's like Finding Nemo on Game Boy Advance and stuff. You're noticing a pattern, probably. However, I do have a plan to show some of those games off in the future. And I mean, if you were here towards the earlier part of this this retrospective series. You might know what that plan actually is already, but for those who don't know, smiles, I guess we'll find out. But again, I have a plan to show off a bunch of like miscellaneous childhood games and like other games, basically. And I already did something like this for an earlier era of this playthrough, but I want to do one for like basically 2010 or like 2002 or so when I got like a Game Boy Advance through about 2010. I think is a good like reference scale of that point in my life, basically. Also on the stream, I don't think we'll actually end up getting any other shop upgrades, because the next one costs like 60,000 bells you have to spend in total at Nook's store to actually unlock. So yeah, I don't think we're actually getting that. But the next one is Nook Way. It's a little bit bigger, but it goes back to more like traditional store hours rather than like convenience store hours. There's also the ultimate upgrade, which is Nookington, so you have to spend like 100k. By the way, selling things also counts, by the way. If you sell things at Nook's store, I think it counts, but at like half rate. So if you sell something that like it's like 500 bells, like 250 of that will still count for the renovation, so that still will work. But it is a case of like it's not the most convenient to try to show off in the stream. Again, this is why I'm like second guessing, like, do I really want to also show off like New Leaf as much as I do love that game? Just because like, yeah, it is actually kind of difficult trying to tackle this game. Again, the easiest way to tackle this game, or other Animal Crossing games, would just be to try to stream, like, daily for a month. And then just do, like, short streams, but, like, daily for a month. And maybe do some other, like, small things for a bit. I'm afraid of burnout, though, because of that. So that's the main reason why I'm not opting to do anything like that. Even though, in some ways, that actually would make a lot of sense. Interesting. The ad manager on my Twitch page disappeared. There it is, I refreshed the page and it came back. That was very weird. God, Twitch is a very functional platform. Slightly scary when stuff like that happens. But yeah, with the code system also, it's worth mentioning that there's quite a bit that you can actually get furniture-wise too. Obviously it takes forever because you can only do 3 a day, but yeah, you can build up most of furniture sets. Some items you still can't get. Some of them I think are also limited to like Crazy Red, who's like a shop rival to Nook, but it basically has like a shady tent and occasionally sells like paintings and stuff as well. In terms of other interesting villager encounters, I was like trying to do the math on how many bells we had. Another interesting thing worth mentioning is there's a character named Gulliver who can just wash up on the shore. This isn't tied to any announcements, but like, if you want to find Gulliver, just check the beach like once a day. There are certain things that you kind of just need to get into a routine for. Like Pete, the mail carrier. If you're at your house at like 5 or 9 a.m., Pete will show up. So again, there's a lot to see in these games. And again, this is like one of the more basic ones. Again, I would love someday to have a full fan translation of Animal Forest E+, which is the equivalent of like Final Fantasy X International, where they take the changes in the North American version and then retrofit them back into the Japanese version and also add even more additional content. Like, I guarantee that big if, Animal Crossing ever comes out on NSO, Japan will probably get over to no more E+. Which will be a slight bummer because that game does have extra content over this version. But so far they haven't translated anything on NSO that wasn't already translated. Hey, good morning, nice to meet you. Yeah, I just moved here from Hanabi, Quacko. Anyway, I got a chat, but I'll see you around, Yuna. So yeah, ironically, my other town is probably emptying out here because everyone's moving here. Because I kept coming over to drop off bells and items. So yeah. Again, the big question I raised about Animal Crossing on NSO is, will they incorporate some way to visit other towns? One other really interesting thing from my recollection is, for Animal Crossing Wild World, there is still the requirement of someone else needs to visit your town. Oh, my axe broke. Well, that was serendipitous. Someone else needs to visit your town and buy something, or at least visit Nook's store to actually get the final upgrades, Nookingtons. So, hypothetically, if you don't have like 2 copies of the game locally, you might be thinking, wow, you kind of SOL, and you'd be right. But here's the thing. The game is on Wii U Virtual Console, so they actually changed that requirement on the Virtual Console version, so you no longer have to visit, or have someone visit to buy something. So hypothetically, they could just do that for the NSO version, just make it so you don't need to have someone visit your town, and you'd still be able to unlock Nookingtons that way. But again, I think what I would prefer is if they keep that option and have some way to like visit, like basically link up through like the menu and then just have like a file transfer. Like use someone else's profile as memory card slot B, basically. I think that would be my preference of how to handle Animal Crossing. Oh hi. You can't listen in on conversations in this game, which is kind of a drag, actually. Hey, what's with you? You're just bouncing off the walls this morning, huh? What a wacko you are! Gah-ha-ha-ha! Sudden swine, why you here? Hey, you don't look so fat all of a sudden. Did you lose some weight or something, swine? I always see you running around, so I guess it's no surprise. Just don't get sick, because I don't want to have to take care of you, swine. So yeah, the grumpy villagers are really grumpy in this one. Oh, Yuna, how's it going with you, Cheapers? Good? Great? Awesome, amazing, outstanding, however Sonic Colors goes. I'm doing just great too. I mean, something so cool happened to me, Cheapers. I'm psyched. Felt like I just ate a big pie made of pure excitement with a side of nummy fun nibblets, Cheapers. Anyway, what's up, Cheapers? This is the year of the rooster, right? I have no clue. When I got it right in the first try, Cheapers? Wow, color me shocked. I guess it was just a wild guess. I wonder if I have psychic powers. Neat. Oh yeah, you can occasionally get a quest to have to, like, kick a ball to someone. This tends to be very annoying, trying to wrangle it like that. But it is actually an option for a quest. And also the other problem is finding the ball, because, like, one will spawn in at the start. Okay, Ufta, I hear you, but please, could you lower your voice? I slept rather poorly last night, and I've got a splitting headache as a result. Not to mention the rain. Weather like this makes me furious, Ufta. Enough idle chit-chat. Do you need something from me, Ufta? It's raining this morning. It's such a dismal way to start the day. On the other hand, I don't have to water the plants, so that's good, Ufta. There's also no watering can in this game, so you don't have to worry about that. For what it's worth. I mean, it's not a huge deal anyway, in all fairness, in the newer games, but it is something worth noting that you don't need to worry about that little extra step at the extra step in your routine. Basically, I like having to water the plants in Animal Crossing. It gives me something to do, I guess, for lack of a better term. Our house is very bare bones. I have not spent any effort into decorating, but we do have an upstairs now as well. We have camera control, but not like full rotation. Probably because this game doesn't render out the wall like in other Animal Crossings, so like there's no fourth wall basically. But yeah, I think we're gonna move on to Saturday now, where I do want to show off one very special thing. And yeah, tomorrow the Saturday might also be just a very quick look, especially because it'll be at night. But I do want to show off one of my favorite Animal Crossing characters. Sorry to keep you waiting, I hope you'll come see me again soon, child. Very soon, as in like 5 minutes from now. Yeah, I'm gonna take a short break, get up, stretch, drink some tea. And yeah, we'll resume momentarily. I have returned. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hi Dwankai, welcome on in. Fitting with the Sonic Colors music that just ended, though that was the Generations version of that song specifically. But yeah, we're gonna hop back into the game very shortly. Check if tracking is correct. Also take a stretch break. Ow. Owie, I'm stiff. I think we are ready to hop back in. So, well, that was awkward. That was an awkward time for the demo reel to reset. I did hydrate. So yeah, all ready to go. Hello, so you're all ready to go out on the town, neighbor. It's 8:02 PM on September 20th, 2025, and slot A is Hanabira right now. Shall we get started? By the way, what's your name again? I am Yuna. That's right, Yuna. Of course I remember. I can never forget you. Alright, I need to get things ready for you. So I changed the time to night this time because it's gonna be Saturday, which means we can have a very special visitor show up in our town. Thank you for waiting. I hope you enjoy your time in Hanabira. I will do my best. We also haven't seen the town at night, to be fair, so a little bit of a change of scenery is always nice. A change of scenery is nice, just makes me think of Tomodachi Life, and also makes me lament that why didn't we see Rhythm Heaven in that direct? It's so confusing to me sometimes what Nintendo does and does not show per direct. So yeah. I'm sure we'll see it eventually, it's just a matter of like, I want to know more about Rhythm Heaven. To be fair, I don't know how much they will show. It could easily be like a Nintendo Today app kind of drop. Just because it's rhythm game. There's less to like inherently explain about it beyond the gameplay loop, basically. So I kinda get it, but I also don't have to like necessarily agree with it. Welcome, do come in, have a look around, Yeah. Right, I have no money, because I gave so much to pay the debt last time. Again, I like how we talked about, like, maybe we should just have a day where I try to legitimately earn the money, and not just use the money code, and here I am still using the money code. Just because, again, the idea of doing a stream playthrough of this game is time-consuming. If I were to do New Leaf, I would probably not time travel very much, actually. I would probably avoid time traveling for the most part and just spend time organically raising money. The other problem with New Leaf is how much happens comparatively speaking. So for example, with New Leaf, you have this situation of various unlocked shops appearing, various public works projects appearing. So if I wasn't playing the game actively daily, it wouldn't necessarily work very well. So yeah, just because of like the expanded scope of the later Animal Crossings, I'm really starting to have this feeling of like, I don't know if I actually want to, or if it'll be particularly easy for me to actually stream a New Leaf playthrough by comparison, because there's so much more to complicate everything about that. By comparison to this game, which is pretty straightforward, I would say. So yeah, this might be it for Animal Crossing for Fox Girls favorites. I wouldn't be opposed to doing like one-offs for New Leaf or New Horizons, but for like an actual playthrough with like a set goal, I don't know if I'd want to actually do that. Another interesting tidbit that I didn't really know until much later for obvious reasons, is the little voice that plays for every like letter and character you select, actually is different for the female characters, a little bit higher pitched, and vice versa, lower pitched for the male villager. But yeah, it actually occurred to me a few years ago I did boot up an Animal Crossing town, and I think I did pick the female option, cause I was like just kind of taking a quick look at a bunch of Animal Crossing games a gender ago, just kind of like quickly revisiting all of them for just a couple weeks to see what they were like, and there was a point where I did end up like alternating boy girl basically, just for variety's sake essentially. So yeah, it is not unprecedented that I've played a girl character in Animal Crossing, actually. There's actually quite a bit of precedent for that, as it turns out. The other problem with just building up a house layout is just how long it can actually take to find the stuff you want. And again, especially in this game, because in later games, typically speaking, Crazy Red specializes more in, like, art, specifically, compared to in this game, which, like, I did get Red on the setup file, and I had him selling only furniture. So that doesn't really do me much good for actual museum completion. So yeah, it is actually kind of less convenient in that way. Nook can also sell paintings in this game though. That's the one benefit actually, is you can just get paintings from Nook. But yeah, just kind of doing some little brief daily routine type stuff. I actually don't know if the Able Sisters store is going to be open at this ungodly hour. We'll have to go check. There we go. And I'm gonna save the death for later. Especially because we can't actually fit the amount of money we have in our current wallet. Ah, good evening. You must have had a long day, la-di-da. Excuse me, you're just getting started, la-di-da. Good gracious. By the by, did you need something? I hate to disappoint you, but I really don't have any favors to ask of you. My apologies, la-di-da. Oh, there goes Hugh. That doesn't surprise me. A lot of times the quote-unquote lazy villagers end up like having really short schedules by comparison to some of the other villager types. Each villager archetype also has a different schedule time. So for example, the sporty and peppy villagers tend to wake up earlier, which makes sense. The lazy villagers tend to like wake up much later by comparison. The grumpy villagers wake up at like 10 AM. Meanwhile, I think the sporty villagers wake up around 7. Can you tell I've played a lot of Animal Crossing? Yeah, I remember as a kid, I was homeschooled, so I didn't really have like commitments, to be fair. But even then, I had a much more sensible schedule than I do now, to be blunt. But I would like wake up and just kind of like play video games for a little bit before getting started. So like I'd play Animal Crossing. I caught a cricket. I think that means we're going to have an early fall. I don't think that's how that works. Hey, watch it, Speedy. If I didn't like have like lightning fast, quick reflexes, I would have wailed into you. Say, huh? Craziness? It's why it's Yuna. Be more careful from now on, okay? Meow? Hey, did you want something or what? Meow? How come you always show up when I've got nothing for you to do, Yuna? Do you plan it that way? No. I'm actively trying to get a favor, because I've done no favors beyond that first one we did. There was a lot of product placement in the favors in this game. Sometimes they'll be like, go deliver a shirt for me. Other times the favors will include things like, hi, I lent my Game Boy to someone, could you get it back for me? Yuna, is it possible you're avoiding me? Because it sure seems like you are cheapers. If you're not, then why wouldn't we meet up with each other until this hour of the night, huh? Hey, did you want something or what, cheapers? Huh, let me kick the brain to high gear real quick. Hey, I know, do you like fruit, cheapers? I totally love it. I would just kill for a peach right about now. I can never get one in this town. But for a super worldly traveler like you, it's a snap, right? I bet you could get one easy, cheapers. So, hey, if you don't have all the different trees planted from, like, visiting other towns, you might be in trouble. You actually might need to, like, hunt down someone who has peaches. The sort of, like, local nature of this game is also fascinating. Like, if you actually wanted to do this quest, you'd have to, like, talk to a local friend and be like, hey, can I borrow your memory card so I can visit your town and get a peach? Speaking of peaches, good evening. It's gotten pitch dark outside, hasn't it? It's kind of strange, but I find it hard to sense the flow of time while indoors, neighbor. So, you must have had some reason for coming to see me, right, neighbor? Oh, perfect timing. I lent a glasses case to Rasher the other day, but now I need it back. I've asked Rasher to return it, but I'm sick of waiting and I don't have time to get it myself. I hate to ask this, but is there any way you can go pick it up for me, neighbor? Well then, please do your best, neighbor. I'm always doing my best. The other fascinating thing about this game is the runaround. So, with certain items, I wouldn't think a glasses case would have this problem as much as others, but for like the Game Boy, I've noticed this happens a lot with, or like books, I think, can be in play. But there are cases where they will be like, oh, oops, I lent it out to someone else. So you'll have to go talk to them to get it. And hypothetically, you could have a very long chain. I'm not in right now. You could have a very long chain of like trying to find the person who has the actual item. It can be kind of annoying, actually, if you're just really given the runaround. I swear that there have been times where I've talked to, like, a majority of my villagers. Also, I don't know if this is correct or not, but I think the villager number is smaller later on. You can have, like, 15 villagers in this game, and I think that's higher than most Animal Crossing games now. Most cap out more like at 10, I think. They even add new archetypes in later games. I forgot the names of them though, but there is a new male type. I think it's Smug, actually, because like the cat that everyone was like wanting in New Horizons was Smug. Raymond. There was another villager that people were very normal about and were doing like all sorts of kind of like going to extreme lengths to get that villager, and I want to say it was like Marshall or someone, but my memory is not the best sometimes. So like, trying to find Rasher is gonna be hell, so I can't make any promises. No clue where he could be at this hour. Oh, Yuna, it's very nice to see you. I'm busy as usual, but I'm sure you can see that without me having to point it out to you. Oh, no, I'm not creating anything of my own. I wish. I'm just making all the usual stuff like I'm supposed to. All of these are going straight to Tom Nook's shop. The problem is, he sells them so cheap, it doesn't matter how much I work. We just don't make much money. He may seem innocent, but that Nook is one ruthless business raccoon. Tee-hee. Oh well, that's business. Oh, sis, don't say stuff like that. You sound like you're sitting on your quill's wrong or something. Seriously, I don't like it when you go off on Nook like that. He does pay us. Really, he does. It's not my fault if old Nook gets mad again because of your yapping about money. Really, that's scary. Later games establish a lot more about the Able sisters having, like... Again, their parents died young, so they were trying to, like, Sable had to support Mabel. At one point, they were actually very close with Tom Nook. In, like, Wild World, it's established. But they kind of drifted a bit because of just, you know, various circumstances. They also have another sister, Label, who changes her name to LaBelle, and is, like, a fashion designer, and ends up working with Gracie quite a bit. Yeah, Ammo Forest. Hi, welcome on in. Again, this is a very, like, low-key / rapid-fire kind of playthrough of this game. Again, just kind of going over some of the high points. Yeah, welcome on in. Hope everyone's doing well today. Yeah, I've been having a pretty good day, I'd say. Hope given ambles in the forest spells? That's a good question. Not really me at the moment. You're slightly eepy? Oh, that makes sense. It feels like everyone I know is very eepy because we don't have normal sleep schedules. Like, ever. You're stuck because of your cat? Oh, I wish that was me. I like cats a lot. I miss having a cat, but I also am in a small apartment, therefore, that's not really an option, unfortunately. He draws blood, yeah, that's a cat thing. Cats will do that. Yeah, we can sell that, I guess. Oh, kitty. Oh, you're orange now. Because, like, before Aiden was yellow, and now they're orange. Did you select more than one item? Yeah, you can press X, I think, to, like, hot select multiple items to sell. Or, like, to equip all... Like, not equip, but, like, to manage all at once. Again, it's something the game I don't think really ever tutorializes, but it is something that is possible. But yeah, we are specifically hanging out here at night, because I do want to show off a very specific event, which I'm sure will be very obvious when it happens. I am using money codes also, if you're wondering how I have so much money, because again, just a quick stream retrospective, not anything too involved. You can't get the exact color you use until you're on desktop. Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, we'll pay off a little bit more of the debt in a moment, but I want to go up here. At 8 PM to midnight on Saturdays, you can meet, KK Slider. Cool, baby, I'm always into catching new hipsters on the scene. My name's Tota KK, but when I'm out here playing my tunes on Saturday nights, I go by KK Slider. I'm all about the music, man. I don't need fame or fortune. Commercialism is for squares. It's not my bag. Want me to jam for you? Oh yeah. Cool. If there's something you want to hear, just tell me the name of the tune and I'll jam. I'm talking about requests. Do you have a request? Not really. You tap for tunes? No problem. Dig this one, man. Cafe KK. Hey, thanks for listening. Let me give you the air check for Cafe KK. The air check. It's the recording, man. The music. It's a pretty cool tune. You can dig it on the box back at your pad. Later. So you have these, like, special, like, air check versions of all the different songs that are typically instrumental. There's no music in it. Do you want to listen to something? Pop in a tune. So yeah, you have music now. And the gyroids will dance to the music as well, which is very cool detail. So yeah. In general, I like KK a lot as a character. He's kind of like the big mascot character in some ways. Who up KK in their slide? That feels like a joke I would make. A customer. So, what do you want? We're here at night, so that means Phyllis is here. Yes, and it goes. So, is that it, or do you have some more? He's not very personable. Very grumpy. But again, there's a whole love triangle, like Pete ends up liking Phyllis more. But Pelly likes Pete, so an interesting love triangle. I do feel like it's a shame that we don't have certain characters anymore in the series. Alright, I'll wake up Pete and get him out on this. For crying out loud, who mails stuff at night? Thank you. If that's it, then scram! Again, they toned down a lot of the... Oh, hi, Pete. They toned down a lot of the really grumpy characters later on. But in this game, they are allowed to just go all out and be as snarky as possible. I should have paid off quite a debt now that I think about it, but it's fine. Do you dread the boredom of your wardrobe? Show off your originality with some one-of-a-kind duds. Our sale begins at 7 PM on September 23rd. Nook and go. Cool. Neat. So now we'll move on to Sunday, in which case I guess I want to go early in the day. Finished already. I didn't actually find Rasher for the quest. I don't know if it's still valid going into the next day now that I think about it. I forget how that works in this one. In some games they give you like a week to do a quest. Otherwise they'll just be like, yeah, forget about it. Finally, I'm done. See you later, swine. Again, they're so grumpy by comparison. Yeah, I need to change the clock again. It is slightly disconcerting when my model ends up having to like lean over at any point. We don't need to be at such an ungodly hour also. I do want to go in early at this point, because this is another, like, like daily routine thing. And also Nook's store will be open way earlier today. Hi, so do you want to see what's happening in town, Snortle? Right now in slot A's Hanabira, it's September 21st, 2025 at 9:25 AM. Wanna get started? What's your name? I was just kidding, Yuna. How could I ever forget someone like you? Phew, that was close. Alright, I'm going to get things ready. So yeah, I think it's basically the same per villager type, but you do have different dialogue per... They don't have them actually doing this in later games, and I kind of miss that. Like, having them actually... Like, it's usually just Isabelle and Leaf. I don't think there's, like, anyone in Wild World as, like, a tutorial character or, like, a setup character. Yeah, our score is gonna be bad because I have no furniture. Mammoth, Torso, Ammonite, Plesiosaur. Got a few things to donate. Huh. Hello, Goose. But yeah, you also have, like, the daily task of weeding everything, which can be a little bit of a pain in the ass, actually. What the hell is this? I don't think I've ever seen this before. It's like, I don't know why I'm moving in here now that I think about it. Coffee machine. Actually, if I do another round of codes, I think we might be set money-wise. Again, I had a moment of like, what if I just actually try to farm the rest of the bells organically? It's like... 400,000 would take like multiple streams to do, of just me fishing the entire time, basically. Because like, an average fish in this game will give you like... a couple hundred bells. It's only the really rare fish that give you like 1,000, and then it takes like a coelacanth or something really rare to get like 10,000. So yeah, again, Animal Crossing typically should be played a lot more leisurely than this, not just kind of barreled through the main objective like I'm currently doing. But again, for the sake of a stream, it's a little bit different. And again, if I was someone who streams daily, as is, I could easily just organize it where it's like, oh hey, I'm going to do this thing, and then we'll like play a different game a little bit later, that kind of thing. But like, because of specifically doing this on a not daily schedule, I just figured it's better to cut out a little bit of the grinding. As many times as I've put in this code, you'd think I would actually remember it better by now, but I do not. I forget how much was left. Was it 250 or 150k? Because if so, this might actually finish it off. The other thing worth mentioning about the original Animal Crossing is, I kind of feel like graphically you can still very much tell it's an N64 game. It does not look particularly pristine, even by GameCube standards at this point. Like, as much as people get on Nintendo now for releasing games at full price with minimal improvement, it's kind of like, yeah, no, there are 4 versions of the original Animal Crossing that all are separate individual releases, so it's not entirely a new problem, albeit it's still generally a problem. IMO, it's like, a lot of things that people get mad, oh, Nintendo's so bad now, it's like, they've always kind of been like that. It's just, for some reason, it never stood out as much. I mean, part of it is the internet, and not having as much direct communication of such opinions. So, like, now there ends up being kind of like issues of like, I don't know, like feeding off of negativity in general, I guess, for lack of a better word. I've never played Over No More E+, but I've heard it's decent. I would love to play a fan translation someday. Oh hey, we're good. This'll be it. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow, looks like you paid back all of your loan. Thank you very much. Is there anything else I can help you with? Nope. We are ready to go. Yes, I paid off all my loan. I'm completely debt-free, and that is for real this time. We have no more debt. So yeah, basically an in-game week of, like, money codes and everything. We were able to pay off the debt. Again, hypothetically, if I wanted to really just, like, have a more, like, true Animal Crossing experience, it would take a lot longer than, like, a week to get enough money for this. 1.4 million bells is not a small number. And yeah, that would take a lot of farming, traditionally. Or, like, grinding out bells. That I kinda just didn't want to do, to be completely blunt. Again, for other Animal Crossings, I would have to do it that way, so that'd be fun. Oh hey, good morning, we just brimming with energy, meow. I'm not quite up to full peppiness myself, to tell the truth, I just woke up, whoopsie daisy. I guess this morning is my loss, meow. Hey, did you want something or what? How come- oh. Interesting. So yeah, I guess the favors... Was it Tangy who gave us that favor for Rasher? So yeah, I guess you only have one day to do that, so oops. Live and learn. I forgot. So, I do want to show off one character really quickly, hopefully. Hopefully, because I don't know where they will be. Also, this tree is still growing. And yeah, hypothetically, if I wanted to be really thorough, I could go for museum completion. I could go for, that's a T-Bone, I think. Yeah, T-Bone. Yeah, I could go for museum completion, golden tools, and everything. Perfect town. Like, I could go the extra mile and show off a lot more. But yeah, it is a case of like... I have a lot of games planned to stream, and that's part of the reason why I'm kind of hustling through this one more. Again, probably more than I should be in some ways, but again, this was mostly designed as like a quick look of sorts. Alrighty, back to talk to Mabel. Oh, thanks for stopping by. What? Which picture? Oh, don't be ridiculous, Yuna. Of course I'm still single. No, that's my mother. The porcupine with his arm around her is my father. I'm the girl there. And that cute little baby is Mabel. The two of us are a little over 10 years apart. Yes, back when Mabel was still young, both of our parents passed away. It was a sad time for me. Mabel's just a baby, so she doesn't remember anything of those days. It's probably just as well. Still, it tugs at my heartstrings that this picture is the only memory she has of her parents. Growing up, I knew that I couldn't take the place of our parents. After all, I was just a child myself. Still, I've done all I could to protect her from any lingering pain. She's my little sis and I love her. I think that's why she's just grown up to be so bright and optimistic. It makes me so happy to see that. Although sometimes her tomboy nature does get her into trouble. Sis, you're not talking about stuff you shouldn't be talking about, are you? You know, stuff. It's nothing. Oh, stop it. Stop it. So yeah, that was the backstory there. Again, Wild World goes really deep into like the actual full backstory. They add a lot more to it. With Nook specifically, and again, then City Folk adds in Labelle as an extra wrinkle to their backstory. So yeah, there's a lot to the Able Sisters, and that's part of the reason why of the like shopkeepers, they're among my favorites. Also, hi Joan. Well, hello there, kiddo. It's Sunday morning. I've been selling my turnips for about 60 years. So Joan, name you can trust. So do you need me to explain how turnip trading works? Any tips? Well, first things first. Sure, these turnips are edible, but No one buys them for eating anymore. Nowadays, folks buy and sell turnips to make money. Do you want to hear more? You know Tom Nook, right? Well, you can sell your turnip stocks to him. Yeah, old Tom's always keeping his eye on the stock market. The prices change every day. You can earn some extra money if you sell your turnips at a higher price than you paid for them. Of course, it goes without saying that you'll lose money if you sell for less than you paid. But I'm sure you didn't need me to tell you that. So, want to know more, youngster? Here's the most important thing you need to remember. The turnips go bad after 1 week. The stalks wilt, and no one wants to buy a turnip with a wilted stalk. You'll find me out here selling turnips every Sunday. If you haven't sold the turnips you bought before Tom's store closes Saturday night, you'll lose all the money you spent buying turnips, so watch out. It's better to sell your turnips before they go bad, even if the price is much lower than you paid. Sometimes you just have to eat your losses. At least you won't lose everything. There's one thing you can do if you get desperate. Turnip prices vary from village to village. That means if you go to another village... Well, just remember, timing is everything when you're selling turnips. Want to know more? Oh, one more thing. The turnips come in bunches of 10, 50, and 100. You can't buy or sell turnips individually, just in bunches. For instance, if you buy a bunch of 50 turnips, you can't just sell 10 of those, you'll have to sell all 50. See what I mean? In that case, what you'd want to do is buy 5 bunches of 10 turnips. That's just about all I have to say about turnips. Maybe that was too much for you to take in all at once. Would you like to hear my explanation again? No, thank you. Phew. I was going wacky with the turnip if you asked me to go through all that again. Yeah. Today's asking price is 83 bells per turnip. Are you going to buy some? This is also a good way to make money if you need money. Oh, that's a shame, kiddo. You'll never make the big bells if you don't play the stock market. Maybe next time. So yeah, that is the other big way of quickly paying off debt if you don't want to use money codes. But obviously it's a lot more risky, because then you have to manage turnips and everything. By the way, do you happen to know if that Sao-chun will be— She's right here! Do you happen to know if that Sao-chun will be here to sell turnips this Sunday? I'm actually interested in dabbling in the turnip market, but sadly I'm on duty on Sunday mornings. I should like to buy some turnips too, and then maybe sell them for a profit. Again, she is right there. You can just talk to her. With that taken care of, we are gonna go over here and talk to Nook again. My good gracious, Yuna. Truly amazing, that's no lie. Paying off all the money you owed on your house. Incredible, I salute you. But as I told you before, I can't build you a house bigger than the one you've got now. Flat out impossible. This is odd for me, but I feel slightly guilty taking all of that money you owed me without anything in return. Ooh, I've got it. I have a terrific idea. The perfect thank you gift. I'll let everyone in town know just how honest and diligent you are, Yuna. I shall build a monument to you, Yuna. I'll put it in front of the train station. Yes, that's what I'll do. Look, you may well be the first raccoon humanitarian. Just you wait, Yuna. Wait till you see it. The idea of being a raccoon humanitarian is fascinating to me for some reason. I don't know how to explain it. One thing I am lamenting ever so slightly, this isn't like a huge gripe, but I do wish we had seen any of my favorite, like, all-timers, in this playthrough. For example, I made another test file to test, like, visiting towns to see if you could drop things in another town, and you can, obviously, but I did get one of my favorite villagers there, so slightly like, oh, of course I get them here, and not in the town I'm actually gonna be streaming from. But to put things in perspective, my favorite villagers in general are Cube the Penguin, because he was in my original town. And also, of this early game, I do really like Kiki, who's a black cat, Mitzi, who's like a white and blue cat, there's some more cats I really like. I'm trying to remember one of the male cats that I actually like a lot. I like a lot of the penguins. Aurora is very good. Dang, I'm actually drawing a blank, because, like, there's a lot of very good villagers in Animal Crossing IMO. But I'm just kind of blanking on which ones I also really care about. The fascinating thing about favorite villagers as a concept in Animal Crossing is how much they all fall into archetypes. So it's like, oh, this the snooty villager, this the peppy villager, and so on and so forth. So like, a lot of villagers end up being like repeats of each other, and yet they still end up standing out for like their personalities. It's really fascinating to me how everyone gets attached to very specific villagers, despite sort of like similar overlapping personalities in a lot of cases. Damn, I got very backed up on fossils apparently. So yeah. We'll probably do like 2 more in-game days at this point. 1 or maybe 3 more in-game days. The last one might be kind of awkward because we have the sports fair on both days. We might only do 2 then. But since the debt has been repaid, I guess I can time travel a bit just to show off something. Yeah, we're just kind of rapid firing these final in-game days. And yeah, and that'll be it for Animal Crossing. Then we'll move on to a different Fox Girls favorites next time. I don't know if it'll be this Friday though. I might do something special on Friday. Like last week, I did not do a main playthrough. God, was that a week ago? It might have been. It was last Wednesday I did a one-off. Yeah, that's Cube in the intro. Something special? Yeah. Potentially. Wait, when's the sports fair? Oops. Brain. No work sometimes. So I actually want to go at 9 AM here for this one. Yeah, like a special game clearing in mind for a release coming up soon. Alrighty, let's hop back into this. That's been fully paid. So, let's see the fruit of our labor. Labor, as if I didn't just use money codes. But you know what I mean. So, first of all, we have a sports fair today. So we're gonna go check that out as well. However, the statue was erected in honor of Yuna's full loan repayment. So, you can get 4 statues that correspond to the 4 houses down here. The order of rank will be who paid off first. So, the first person to pay off gets gold, second gets, like, silver, 4th gets bronze, and I don't know what the 4th gets, like a stone statue or something. But it basically ranks who paid off their debt first. It's basically the point of that. But also, let's go check in on old Tom Nook to see if he has anything special to say to us now that we are debt-free. Welcome, welcome, Yuna. Did you see the monument I had built? You can't have missed it. I asked a famous sculptor to make that statue. You know, it was very expensive. Yes, very expensive. Now then, about the price. Just kidding. Ooh, your face, priceless. I'm the one who ordered the monument, so I'd never expect you to pay for it. It's just my way of thanking you for your loyalty in doing business with me. You're the best. I hope you'll continue to be one of my most favorite customers, yes? Well, might as well buy this and see if it's real. Again, a lot of paintings are forgeries. I think even from Nook, they can be forgeries. We also had an axe break, so I'm like... might want to buy a replacement now that I'm here. So yeah, now that we are done with the debt, we basically met the main goal I wanted to do for this playthrough. Again, there's the one downside of like, if I wanted to be very thorough, I could just time travel around a bunch and show off a bunch of different holidays and whatnot. But I don't think I really want to do that, partly because like, the amount of weeds overgrowing, like, that'll like take over the town is gonna be immense. Villagers are gonna move out, and it's gonna like really disrupt things here. So like, I don't want to time travel too much. Small little time travel jumps don't usually disrupt too much. First stop, I want to go try to donate the painting. And also check which fossils there are. We might as well donate a few more. Again, trying to complete the museum will take forever, so... I never really had any intent to do that on stream. Mammoth. Yeah, Mammoth will be done. At the very least. And thus he'll go in his whole spiel about it. I will mention in later games they make it so you can opt out of hearing him ramble about everything, which is nice. Again, a little bit of quality of life there. I don't remember about the Plesio skull. I thought that might have been in already. Who I say, a mammoth torso. Well, wonders never cease, Blathers, your eyes must be failing you. No, it is true. The mammoth is complete, who I say, hooty-hoo, phenomenal, sensational, a truly grand occurrence. Welcome to Cloud 9. Blathers, compose yourself. Now then, where to begin? Mammoths, yes, mammoths, the woolliest of woolies. They are of course mammals, and ones that live much, much later than the dinosaurs, what? Pleistocene Earth was their home, and they are firmly established in our minds as creatures of the Ice Age. Mammoths ranged in height from 6 feet to 14 feet at the shoulder. The woolly mammoth is their most famous species. The last of the mammoths died out some 10,000 years ago, which coincides with the ascent of man. It is perhaps the first animal whose extinction was contributed to by man, though certainly not the last. Humans can truly be the most thoughtless and callous of creatures when they think only of themselves. Who I say again, who? Oh dear, I wasn't referring to you personally. No offense intended. Temper. And we'll see if this is real. Strange painting. Oh my, so this is a strange painting. Well, there's a certain sort of... I'm sure it's just me, but I don't see why they say it's a strange painting. Yeah, he's not as knowledgeable about art, comparatively. Nook typically doesn't sell forgeries as much as red, but some things can only be obtained through red, if I'm remembering right. But anyway, it is the day of the sports fair, so let's go peek in on that real quick. There are different events across the day, so, did I get the time wrong? I might have gotten the time wrong. It says September 22nd at 9 AM. Is it only like half an hour? It says 9 to 10 AM, so I'm like, wait, what's happening? Oops. Maybe it's like... Maybe I misunderstood, or... something. Nope, it says 23rd. Oops, I screwed up. That is fine. My bad. Wait, what are these other letters? Oh shoot. You can't actually read them in the mailbox. HRA. Section of special items. Patasaurus. Nice, right, cool. We can leave those. Again, I'm not really playing to continue this playthrough too much farther. So I can probably just take it or leave it. I also forgot to donate the cricket. That's fine. So yeah, I guess tomorrow in-game will be the sports fair. So my bad. I thought it was on a fixed, like, time, but I guess not. The Animal Crossing wiki says it coincides with the autumn equinox, either the 22nd or 23rd. Ah, so this is a year where it's on the 23rd. Gotcha. We're one ticket short there. What if I go buy something really quick, just so we... Actually, no, there's so many tickets in the basement, I have no clue what the number is actually going to be. I think that's how we'll end off this playthrough, actually, is trying the raffle game. I have all these raffle tickets, so we can easily skip ahead a week in-game and give it a shot, at least. By the way, you actually can display the fossils in your house. Like so. That was less grandiose than I was expecting it to be, but that's fine. Like, yeah, you can just display the fossils in your house if you want. Another kind of soft goal is obviously the HRA, trying to bump up your score there. In other games, I don't know if they give you special items for this one, but in other games they typically give you special rewards for meeting a certain point thresholds for the HRA. So yeah, we'll do a couple more days, and then we'll probably conclude this little quick series. Now, good morning. Today I'm gonna grab life by the horns, Bouquet. I'm gonna give it my all. Yuna, you give it your all too, alright? Work it, Bouquet. Ah, yeah. Tell me, Yuna, what's new, Bouquet? Yeah, your name sort of sounds like a type of food to me, Bouquet. Oh, I know what made me think of that. I just got some awesome fruit from Freya. The thing is, though, I'm on this new diet. Yeah, it's sort of insane. But I'm trying to drop my body fat to a single digit. So I'm gonna throw you this peach for free, Yuna. Lucky you. Hell yeah, we could have used that a couple days ago. But yeah, it's been fun revisiting this game, albeit, like, me overly time crunching myself, because clearly I planned things out very well. Yeah, I really love Animal Crossing as a series. I greatly appreciate these games as someone who, to be real, was very isolated as a kid due to being homeschooled and everything. So, like, my child self... Oh, hi! Oh, hi. The name's Gulliver, my dear child. Did I surprise you? Well, I surprised me too. There's a simple explanation for how I got here, though. You see, I was on my ship, the Krusty Barnacle, when a giant squid attacked us. Mighty tentacles reared up all around me, and I fought with all my strength. In the end, however, that slimy beast prevailed, and I was plunged into the deep green sea. Why are you looking at me like that? You don't believe me, do you? You think I made the whole story up? Well, some friend you are. I risk my life to save my crew, and you call me a charlatan? What? You think I was napping on deck and just fell overboard? Don't be silly. What? You think I didn't fight a giant squid at all? Then explain why my face looks like this. What? You think I just fell asleep on a jellyfish? That would explain why my pillow was so uncomfortable. Tell you what, how about we just forget this little incident? I'll give you a little gift. I bartered this off a seedy looking merchant when I was visiting a far-off port town. You won't find another like it anywhere, at least I don't think you will. You know, I'm just a rolling stone, never knowing where I'm going. Wait a sec. Maybe that's why I don't swim so well. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, the guys, my shipmates, they think that maybe if they tie me to the mast, I won't fall off the boat so much. So with any luck, maybe I won't be washing up on your beach too often, at least not for a little while. Thanks to the whole saving my life thing, may your sails stay full and your socks stay dry. You probably don't think I'm much of a sailor at all, do you? I mean, I must fall off my boat at least once a week. Well, it's not my fault the life of a sailor is fraught with danger. Squids, pirates, manatees, jellyfish, with all these dangers, it's a wonder I don't get dunked more often, huh? What's that? You think I'm just a big klutz? Actually, you may have a point. So yeah, Gulliver will periodically wash up on your beach, and he'll give you an item based on your location. So in this case, we got a compass from him. But we also have this gold tree finally grown that creates a gold shovel. So you get this by planting a shovel in one of the glowing spots. Yes, I got the golden shovel while I dig up with this. The golden shovel allows you to plant money trees, which is very convenient. I'm pretty sure if you plant with a golden shovel, they can give you a lot more. I think that's how that works. There's also a golden fishing rod for catching every fish, a golden net for catching every bug, and a golden axe that doesn't break, for getting a perfect town and maintaining it for 15 days. Which is basically like talking to the well and asking like for tips on like beautying up the town, basically. You like talking to the creatures? Yeah, I do too. This is like an early social experience in a weird, roundabout way. Again, I think part of the reason I like open world games so much is because that was kind of my way of like seeing the like big, expansive worlds, because I'm very limited. Yeah, we'll do a couple more in-game days, and then wrap up the series. Now, done to what do you want me to do? It's been fun, that's good to hear. I'm glad this has been fun, as like rushed and hectic as this arguably was. Score, we're all done here. Hey, catch you later. So yeah, we'll take a break and resume with the sports fair, which will be kind of a lot because we actually have like 4 separate events to show off. Hi, I am back. Oh, hi, Son. Welcome on in. Oh, hell, you missed this? Oh, no worries. I know you got stuff going on. Oh, god damn it. I love this song. But, we need to jump back into the game. To be fair, this playthrough has been very scuffed, as it's me time traveling heavily to show off, like, a deck clear playthrough. So, yeah, it hasn't been the most organized or well put together, in my opinion. I should have done more planning. But personally, I've been having fun. This is like a 2-stream thing. And then we'll be moving on to Nintendogs. I might do that on Friday, I might save it for Monday. Next week's schedule might be a little up in the air. We'll talk about that, I guess, but at a later point. But yeah, we can hop back in. Okie dokie, I'm settled back in. So let's keep going. Hi, Bill. What took you so long, Quacko? Are you ready to go have some fun or what? It's September 23rd, 2025 at 9:01 a.m. and slot A is how to be right now. Ready to get rolling? Yeah, who are you? Yeah. Today in-game is going to be the sports fair. There are 4 different events, different hours. Go have a blast in Hanabira. I hope we have a blast. See, I bought the sports... Oh, hi. It's time for the opening of the sports fair. Today's first activity will be aerobics. It's not really explained who's the announcer. In this case. Obviously in other games you could assume it's Isabelle or someone. In this game, hell if I know. Hamster cage start... Anyone who wants a hamster cage, start digging in Acre F4. It's not my fault if it's already gone by the time you get there. Later games add hamster villagers, so that's very awkward, actually, in some ways. We do have one more new villager, it appears, by the name of Rizzo, who is a mouse. Ahem, and you are? Yuna, what kind of name is that, Badger? My name's Rizzo, so are we through here? Squee? Good. One of the grumpy villagers. Why am I so tired in the morning, Squee? Hey, why you even talk to me, Squee? Hey, Yuna, do you always have to run everywhere when you go somewhere? That's right. I thought so. You're always zooming around whenever I see you. But I should warn you, when you're trying to catch fish or an insect, you gotta move quietly, else you'll scare it away before you can nab it, Squee. A mouse with the Rizzo? Yeah, I like a lot of the mouse villagers. There's one in particular, but I don't remember their name. One more store check. for the road. And I decided not to buy anything. We'll just get the show on the road. But yeah, in general, I am happy with this 4x3 layout. Again, the game is almost full width, like full vertical distance. And my tails don't cover up too much of it. Again, the idea of being a Kumiho VTuber kind of has the downside of, oh yeah, giant-ass tails. And like, I could make the tails smaller, but where's the fun in that? But yeah, we did pay off our debt just to show this off again. Voila! Gold statue of moi. The sports festival, or sports fair, takes place down here at the wishing well, so let's hop on over. I guess there's like another type of fruit I forgot. I don't think I said apple last time. Anyway, sports fair. Morning aerobics are so underrated, Bouquet. If you do it seriously, it's really great exercise. I'm so serious, Yuna. Your muscles will love you. Don't you want to be a part of this, Meow? Oh, I just want to get this over with quickly and move on to the ball toss. Oh, what was I thinking? I skipped breakfast just for this. Yuna, you're late. Look at me, I'm exercising. Alert the medics. Well, since you're here, I've got something for you. It's an autumn medal. Now you look like a real champion among animals. Horf. Also copper runs this. Work that body. Feel the pain, feel the gain. So cool thing is we can actually use the C stick to do the various exercises. I forget the inputs, but we are not doing this correctly. Nope, that is not the input. There's hopping. We can do that easily. That's just the C-stick. Robin was caught slacking in 4K, or 480p more accurately. Down doesn't seem to do anything. Right does this little motion. Left does this motion. And it's like, this was, I hit down diagonal to do this. Which I guess makes sense. Stat motion. I don't know how to do like the windmills. But yeah, we can actually kind of participate. New Horizons makes this an actual minigame too, that you can do every day. Which is kind of fun. Oh, and now Goose is messing up. Yeah, I don't know how to do all the motions, but this is just kind of a neat little charming event. The spring version of the sports fair does give you a different item from Tortimer. He will give you a banner, like a spring sports fair banner instead. Or like a pennant. I don't think they actually have banners in this game. We're just gonna kind of rapid fire these in-game days, just to kind of, again, show off the entirety of the sports fair. Again, if I wanted to be really thorough, I could time travel all the way to, like, Halloween, but then my town is gonna be a mess. So yeah, that means I actually have to turn this off again. Yeah, I'm actually using my actual GameCube and copy of Animal Crossing. This isn't actually my original copy of Animal Crossing, fun thing. Because I make good life choices. I sold my copy of Animal Crossing, actually. My original copy. Because I'm like, well, I'm just gonna play Wild World. Why would I need to keep my copy of the original? And then I started feeling nostalgic for the original, and so I found a copy at my local store at the time. So I ended up buying it again. I've done that with a lot of games, to be honest, where I'm like, damn, I should have sold it, and then end up rebuying it. Okie dokie. Part 2 of the sports fair. We got Bill again. I guess, I wonder if it's more limited because of everyone competing in the sports fair. It looks like at this point, every event is about 2 hours apart. which makes my life easier. But we should have another announcement here. It's time for the opening of the sports fair. Today's first oh, what? Huh? Did it not actually accept the time change? Wait, what happened? I thought I changed the time. Did I screw it up? I swear I'm organized. I swear I'm, like... I swear I know what I'm doing. Wow, okay, I probably hit B, didn't I? I hit B, probably. God damn it. There we go. My bad. Okie dokie, once again, loading up our town. For part 2 of the sports fair. 11 AM as the start of the second part. And from here on out, everything will be non-interactive as a heads up. So I'm not gonna be, like, competing in this or anything. It's time for more sports fair fun. Today's second activity will be the foot race. Well, I guess we can have some interactivity, and by that I mean sabotaging. So, we can basically interrupt the race. As mayor, it's my job to come out and root our teams on to victory. Root. So yeah, they will just kind of do little races. And sometimes just completely eat dirt. Okay. You're fearless, Yuna, but you shouldn't be reckless. Stand back a little bit, okay, Snortle? It's like, yeah, don't stand in the middle of a race, probably. Why is it my heart beats harder before a race than after? It's racing faster than I was. Listen really closely, can you hear it, Ufta? Looks like I'm up next. Wow, I'm really nervous. Wait, haven't I gone already? Who's messing with my head? Wow, that was quite a run, child, too. I can't talk right now. 1, 2, 1, 2, you got to warm up or you don't stand a chance. If that's my opponent, my victory is a complete lock. Look at those chicken legs. Oh, Animal Crossing, while you like the newer ones a bit more, you'll always have nostalgia for this one in the NES games. That is something else I didn't talk about. I played so much Wario's Woods, of all things. Through the original Animal Crossing. Oh, hi. You're in the way, Beefwit. Bug off. Yeah, you can just interrupt the race if you so desire. So yeah, there's not a ton to do here. It's just kind of a fun little, thing to watch and see all the different dialogue options. So yeah, just a very quick, event there. Yeah, I also, like... remember reading that a couple games are like dummied out in the files, so technically you're not supposed to be able to play like Mario 1, but there are ways to hack it back in. It was supposed to be like an e-reader card, and I don't think it ever released. Or something like that. And like, the original Donkey Kong I played through this game for the first time. So yeah, in general, I put a lot of hours into all the Animal Crossings. I might talk a little bit more about that at the end, as we are coming up on the end of this, like, quick playthrough. Again, just kind of a quick retrospective. I know I keep saying that. Wow, I was just looking at the stream feed and seeing like the colors like going all over the place. You know the Easter egg about opening the disc tray for the title screen? Like where you can take the disc out entirely and it'll still work, or is there something else? Oh, that's interesting. That's how I actually genuinely didn't know that. It makes sense. Again, like, you can technically take the disc out, because the game can still sort of function off of RAM, but it makes sense that, like, the song would never fully play. That's interesting, actually. Also, hi, KB. I don't think I ever said that. Yeah, hi, everybody who's watching. It has another verse that never shows up if you take the disc out. It causes the full song to actually play. Huh. Interesting. Alrighty, round 3 of the sports fair, assuming I actually changed the clock correctly. It's time for more sports fair fun. Today's third activity will be the ball toss. Alright, again, another generally hands-off activity for us here. But again, kind of fun to watch. I wish you could participate in some of these, actually. What a sight, huh, Yuna? I wanted to play, but being a judge isn't half bad, okay? Balls, balls, I need more balls to toss. Can't lose, Yuna. I don't work out every day just to lose to this pack of panty wastes, Quacko. Again, the villagers have zero chill in this game. I'm gonna fill the basket with lots of balls, Snortle. I'm losing it. I get so worked up in this sort of thing. Oh. Not the best throw there. I don't know if they ever, like, declare winners in this either. It's just kind of like a fun, like, flavor text kind of thing. Villagers are dicks in this game? Absolutely. They have zero chill. There was definitely a lot of dialogue in this game that would not fly in this day and age. I ought to be young again. I almost said you and me both, but it's like, I'm not even that old. This is a very jaunty tune. Yeah, a lot of effort goes into these little, like, one-off events in a lot of cases. It's very fun, IMO. Yeah, that's the ball toss. Again, there's not much to say about that one. Again, just kind of a nice little fun thing to witness. I wish you could participate in some of these. I think that'd be cool to, like, have mini-games tied to different sports, but most of them are just kind of like, yeah, flavor text, and just watching them play out. Which to me isn't necessarily the most exciting thing in the world, I guess. But yeah, they toned down the villagers' personalities a lot in the later games. They are not nearly as feisty as they are in this one. Okie dokie, one more time for this day at least. We still have, again, I want to show off the raffle at the end, see if we actually get good luck there. However, we now need to go to... God, my brain broke for a moment because I saw 15. Yeah, I get that. The villagers are just kind of like, yeah, that's a lot. As a kid, I didn't mind it as much because I didn't have a whole lot of social experience, I'll be real. I didn't have lots of... I tended to not mind, and I kind of just found a lot of the dialogue humorous, but I also know there have been stories of, like, people getting actively upset because they're Animal Crossing villagers, like Rossetti especially, where it's, like, really mean. Like, Rossetti is extraordinarily mean in this game. Again, threatening and faking a game shutdown to delete your file and stuff like that. And again, all the urban legends that Rossetti would actually delete your file at some point. The sports fair continues. Today's fourth activity will be the tug of war. Yeah, you have to really push his buttons for him to do that, to be fair. And then there's also Don Rossetti, his brother, who's a lot more chill. And yeah, we have a tug of war match. Come on, everybody, I can't hear you! Cheer louder, louder! Let's hear it for the team. I I think we have a shot at winning, Snortle. What do you think of me now, Yuna? Huh? What do you mean by that? Come on, we're almost there, neighbor. You're pretty tough, Meow. You're strong, grah. You like sports? I just like watching. There's plenty of exercise for this. That's plenty of exercise for this old tortoise. I'm not really a sports kind of gal, not gonna lie. But again, like having a button mashing minigame for this would honestly be a lot of fun. But yeah, you can't actually participate in this. And yeah, they'll just go for a full ass 2 hours until the event ends. You need exercise, but you're not big on sports. Yeah, I typically just take walks, to be honest. I don't like exercise. If I'm being honest. That's just me, though. I am not the most fit person, to be frank. I'm also, like, very tiny. That's the other fascinating thing about me. Is, like... I have a hard time putting on weight. Which is an interesting... blessing and curse in different ways, basically. But yeah. That takes care of the sports festival. So I do want to show off one more in-game day to go over the raffle system, because I think that'll be a fun way to cap off the series. And then... yeah, maybe just kind of reflect for a bit. Alright, we are going to do a very big time jump here in a moment. Something tells me my GameCube might not be enjoying getting turned off this much. Actually, let's show off something else. Let's go to 18. As in, like... you know... wait a minute. That's not right. I can't do math. I want to go to 17, which is 5 PM. I should also buy myself more time, in all fairness. I shouldn't just have 1 minute to mash through all the dialogue. That feels like a bad idea. Alrighty then, the final day of my little retrospective. Hi Twiggy, hey, are you ready to hit the town, cheapers? It's September 30th, 2025 at 4:58 PM in slot A on the BR right now. You all set to go? Hey, who are you? I'm sorry, of course, your Yuna totally slipped my mind. Sorry about that. Also, because I actually didn't mention it before now, the name Hanabira means flower petal in Japanese. It's also a bit of a pun, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Alright, so we deliberately have jumped ahead to the final day of the month, and the reason for that is so I can go over a couple more details about the game. One is the raffle, but while we're here, I also want to show off Pete. This might not actually work if we don't have any mail. I should have thought of that. We also haven't heard the town tune play through the bell, because we haven't hit an hour mark at any point. The message board is going to be all screwed up because we time traveled a week. And you can't delete messages in this one, so it's permanently going to be screwed up. But once the clock hits 5 PM, Pete should show up to deliver mail, if we have mail. If we don't have mail, he might just stand there and leave. I hear him. There he is. So yeah, we can actually talk to him. You don't need to worry, your letters will all be delivered, guaranteed. As a matter of fact, I've never delivered a letter to the wrong house, ever, and there's nobody else that can make that claim. You know, there are people out there who will complain if their mail is even a few minutes late. Sorry, but I have to go. I'm actually right in the middle of my route, so I have to hurry. Maybe we can talk more the next time we meet. So yeah, we don't actually have any mail, but again, just wanted to show that off because it's kind of a nice little detail. And again, you can learn more about like the love triangle of Pete, Pelly, and Phyllis. Yeah, Pete's chill. One issue I have with modern Animal Crossing games is just the de-emphasis of also, this is the compass from Gulliver and the medal we got just piled on the floor. The HRA will not approve, but just to show those off. The streamlining of certain things results in certain characters having their roles cut out, basically, and I kind of lament the lack of, like, Pelly, Phyllis, Pete, Harriet, and just other characters because of certain quality of life changes that make certain characters, utilities less, you know, important, basically, to the point where they only kind of show up, like, as, like, NPCs in the Roost and stuff like that. I just think that's kind of a bummer, in a way. Like, because I like a lot of the, special characters and shopkeepers in Animal Crossing, so it's kind of just, to me, a little bit of a bummer that, New Horizons did not have nearly as much emphasis on them as the older games. And we can't have a mail office anymore, just make them all postal workers. Yeah, there are ways to get around it, and again, I hope if we get a new Animal Crossing eventually, I would like to see them tidy up some things like that. It's just kind of like, yeah, it's a bummer to not have this character, that character in the series anymore, in a prominent capacity. I have too many event tickets here, or raffle tickets, so gotta make space. Again, the weird case of, like, you know, streamlining actually having some downsides occasionally. It's just like losing out on certain character functions, and I guess that's kind of the thing with Animal Crossing. You essentially have a really charming function. Like, this character serves a very specific role in your town, but also has a lot of personality of their own, and again, I think New Horizons does lose out in that way, but again, I almost do feel like the dialogue complaints about New Horizons, while the dialogue is still very shallow by comparison, it does get a little bit overblown how much they've downscaled it, in my opinion. Welcome, welcome, it's your lucky day, You may give it a spin if you've got raffle tickets. You'd like to give it a try? I'll do it. Very good then, I'll just take the 5 raffle tickets, Here we go, let's give it a spin. Oh no, how sad for you, you didn't win. You can't give it another try. Do you wish to try it again? We might be here for a bit if we win anything. Oh hey, we got 3rd prize. You've won, you've won! The 3rd prize, a Mario trophy, is yours. I really want that copy of Excite Bike. Just to show it off, mainly. Here's your prize, a Mario trophy. But yeah, every month, congratulations! Are you ready to win more prizes today? Very good then, yeah, so on and so forth. But yeah, every month, Nook will run a raffle, and yeah, every time you buy something, you'll get a raffle ticket. That's to encourage you to shop regularly at Nook's. But as a way to also get very rare items. No other Animal Crossing game has this, and I kind of lament the exclusion, because it is a fun mechanic in my opinion. A lot of shortcomings do come from the pandemic and also Splatoon. Yeah. My issue with Splatoon 3 is just map design, which they did tidy up eventually, frankly. Also, I think Side Order didn't hit for me the same way Octo Expansion did, which is obviously a slightly tangential issue, but just the structure of it being more of a roguelike versus like a bespoke campaign. But I still do like Side Order and need to actually give it some more runs. This is like my luck in Mario Party 4. This is how the raffle usually goes for me in that game. I probably am burning... We can't have that many tries left, genuinely. Honestly, I think Splatoon Raiders, the existence of Splatoon Raiders is partly because Splatoon 3 already exists, and also because I think some of that team is working on Raiders, and the other part of the team is probably starting early work on the next Animal Crossing, is my current guess. It's weird going through the KK song in this game and seeing like Nogami's name show up in the credits. Like, he's been directing these games for a long ass time. I kind of forgot that he was like still involved in Animal Crossing at this point. And again, he's like one of the main directors of Splatoon. So yeah, this part, oh, that's unfortunate. Come back and try again, And again, that's part of the reason why they tend to be very staggered. It's just, they kind of need a separate Splatoon and Animal Crossing team, I think is the main problem. Because of like, they're trying to alternate, but games take too long to make to be able to feasibly alternate. Damn, we didn't get Excite Bike, that's fine. But we have two more, well, we have one more try. Hail Mary. See if we actually get another prize out of this. Again, we burnt through 15 stacks of raffle tickets and we only got one item. That's not great odds, but that was the third place prize. I almost wish I had included Mario Party 4 in Fox Girl's favorites in retrospect. Thinking about like the gambling in that game. Nope, okay, we're done here. Oops. Yeah, this is a copy of Excite Bike. Today's a raffle day, I'm not selling anything. You must return tomorrow if you wish to shop. Mario Party 4 is your favorite? Mario Party 4 is the nostalgic one for me. I think I still like 6 the best. 6 or 7 I think are my favorites, but 4 is extremely like near and dear to me because it was my first. I didn't have an N64, so Mario Party was kind of a new concept. In retrospect, there are a couple of games I wish I had done for Fox Girls favorites, but because I'm so like slightly OCD about some things and trying to like relatively keep things in order, like chronological order, I would feel weird going back to do like Yoshi's Island or Mario Party 4 or like even Lego Island. Yeah, I would feel like weird doing that for whatever reason. This is, I assume, the kanji for Nintendo, based on this being called the Nintendo umbrella. But yeah, that was our little look at the original Animal Crossing. We did get a full deck clear. Obvious kanji for heaven, interestingly. Or interesting, but I know that is part of Nintendo's name. We did pay off all of our debt. We did not get very far in the museum, or the fish or bug logs. Yeah, very low progress here, but that would require playing every season at least a little bit, which would take a very long time. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, this is just Nintendo, just split up. Interesting. But, yeah. This game means a lot to me, the whole series means a lot to me. Animal Crossing very quickly became one of my favorites, despite my initial hesitance to try a game like this. Yeah, it is separate kanji, yeah. But I'm glad I finally tried it when I did in like 2005. I played this game a ton. Coincidentally, the next game on the list ties into this because that game's instruction manual had an advertisement for Animal Crossing Wild World in it. And the interesting thing about it is it actually shows things that are not in the final version of the game. It's like an early beta screenshot of Wild World, so that's cool. So that very quickly became... Oh, hi. That quickly became one of my most anticipated games, despite going... I went from, I don't want to play that, that looks weird, to... Wild World is my most anticipated game very quickly somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that happened. And yeah, I played a hell of a lot of Wild World too. I kind of fell out of this game specifically because obviously I was so obsessed with Wild World, I didn't go back to this one very much. unfortunately. Oh hi, you're new. Petunia, stop shouting, I'm right here, I can hear you fine, Mulala. So what's your name? Yelly von Hollerlots? Yuna? Gee, what a silly name. Oops, I'm sorry you had to hear that. Me and my big, if rather cute, mouth. My name is Petunia. What do you think? Don't you wish it was your name? I hope to see you around, Mulala. Ah yes, Yuna, it's gone rather dark out, hasn't it, Mulala? Yes, indeed. Enough idle chit-chat. Did you need something from me, Mulala? Hate to disappoint you, but I really don't have any favors to ask of you. My apologies, Mulala. Oh, Freya's all the way down here. All the snooty villagers all clumped together here. It's really weird. Yeah, they have a lot of sass in this game. But yeah. Oddly enough, 2005 had two of my most anticipated games, like, ever. Partners in Time being the other one. Like, I was so hyped for Partners in Time, and unfortunately I ended up feeling kind of disappointed by it. Not at the time, I enjoyed it at the time. But Partners in Time is the one I have the hardest time going back to of the core Mario and Luigi trilogy. I've never really gone back to the second trilogy at all. I kind of want to go through Dream Team again, just to see how it holds up. But yeah, genuinely, I had the realization partway through like my second playthrough of Partners in Time of like, because as a kid, again, I was very homebound, so I just would replay video games a lot. As a kid, I kind of did enjoy replaying it to the point where I was like, why am I not enjoying replaying it? And I think Partners in Time is just like, it doesn't hit right for me for some reason, and I don't entirely even know why. I think it just feels kind of dry compared to Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. It just doesn't feel as like engaging to me personally for some reason, though I think it's still a very good game. But Wild World did not disappoint. I loved it. Played it a heck of a lot. In 2006, there was an anime movie for Animal Crossing, Wild World, which I very much enjoyed at the time. And yeah, and then in 2008 there was City Folk. City Folk is a weird game for me. I never got as deep into City Folk as the others. Partly because of bad timing, because like literally right when City Folk came out was before a cross-state move my family did, so I never delved too deep into City Folk. We found Wild World extremely boring. I will say, with Wild World, there is the problem of there aren't holidays. They're just like kind of made up things. Like, oh hey, here's a holiday to like, you know, compliment your friends, or here's a holiday to like make a new town tune. But they don't have any like specific holidays for whatever reason. Then City Folk brings back like specified holidays. Having roommates, yeah, you didn't want roommates. Yeah, having one big ass house for everybody was kind of weird. City Folk to me is a weird boat of like, kind of like an enhanced remake in a way, where it's like, it is City Folk because it uses a lot of the same music and everything. City Folk just to me feels like a console remake of Wild World in a way, and thus it just adds a lot of stuff to it that I think makes it like the better experience, even though I had more nostalgia for Wild World specifically. Yeah, I'd be a Switch 2 edition now. That's a good way of putting it, actually. Hadn't thought of that. But instead, you have to pay a full $50 for it again, instead of like an upgrade DLC. But yeah, after City Folk, obviously there's a gap. I remember New Leaf was a huge deal for me when that got announced, but hey, it disappeared. It kind of just vanished for a long time. So I was just constantly hoping, oh, maybe this will be the time we hear about New Leaf again. And then it came out in Japan. I realized my story about getting into Let's Plays might actually be technically wrong, because I do remember actually watching a lot of Let's Plays of New Leaf. But specifically, like, people going through the Japanese version of the game. What the hell is this shadow? I'm actually gonna focus for a second, because this is probably rare. I'm probably gonna botch it anyway. Okay, I got it. I don't know what this is. Oh my god. Hi. Wow. Got an Arapaima. This thing is huge. It is huge. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. Yeah, CFO came with the Wii Speak, which you can also use in games like Wheel of Fortune for the Wii, and it totally works. Doesn't completely break at, like, the slightest issue of input. But yeah, Folk is a very fascinating game to me, in that it is like a pseudo remake. But yeah, New Leaf, I've basically gone to watching Japanese playthroughs because I really wanted to know what New Leaf was like, and the game didn't have an English release date at that point. It took an extra year to come out in the rest of the world, I think. It was like it was June 9, 2013. For New Leaf, and it was like 2012 for Japan, so it was one that I like closely followed because I wanted it so badly because I was such a huge Animal Crossing nerd. And yeah, I played a ridiculous amount of New Leaf. Weird stepping stone with the house is not being a central area of the map, but instead of spread out, but you can choose anywhere for your house. True. Like, it does feel more like grounded in a way because it's not like everyone's clumped together. But yeah, New Leaf was my big college game. I put so many hours into New Leaf. Fall 2012 for Japan, that would make sense, about like a 6 to 8 month gap. But yeah, that was my college game. I would spend so many nights like watching television with my family after coming home from classes, and I'd just like go to the Cap'n Island and just grind for bells for like hours. Yeah, all this stuff was a gender ago. That's the wild thing about this, is all of this story was a gender ago for me. So, recently, and by that I mean a few months ago, I did restart my New Leaf Town, but I forgot. So, it's probably overtaken by weeds by now, because that was like 2 or 3 months ago when I last checked. Again, for the sake of Fox Girls favorites, I would love to do New Leaf, but because it's a much more rigid, structured game in terms of like the unlocks of like shops being set to specific days and stuff like that, it would just be a lot harder to cover than this game, which generally speaking doesn't have as much in terms of like main goals. It's just pay off your debt and like complete collections. But New Leaf, you're the mayor, you have to like build up everything, you have to finance everything. So in addition, okay, that's sort of not true. The villagers will give like 10 bells to something that costs like $1 million. Yeah, and you can change the background by like dragging something over here. So we actually have a Gracie design in the background at the moment. But like, I forgot what I was talking about. So yeah, Animal Crossing has just been, like, since I played it in like 2005, it's just kind of been a staple of my life off and on for that whole time. I've just stuck with the series. I even like Amiibo Festival for what it is. Is Amiibo Festival the best party game of all time? Absolutely not, but I actually still mildly enjoy it. The main thing I like is the island mode, which everyone likes. The board game mode has its charm, but also just takes forever due to having to scan the amiibo every time. But yeah, I have a soft spot for this series, it's safe to say. Again, New Leaf would be a game that I would love to do something with content-wise, like streaming. It's just very difficult because of like how it's formatted, unfortunately, and how my streams are formatted. Again, if I was like a daily streamer, New Leaf would not be as bad, but like you know, streaming every couple of days, it creates the problem of it just being kind of hard to like organize a playthrough. The board games are really neat, but it takes a while. It's cool that you can build the board. Yeah, being able to like figure out where things go is kind of neat and like customize different parts of it. And I'm pretty sure you could also import things from Happy Home Designer into that, if I'm not mistaken. Happy Home Designer is also very charming in my opinion, and I'm glad they made it like its own DLC for New Horizons. I put a decent amount of time into the Happy Home Paradise portion. The New Horizons kind of goes without saying of I played the game a lot in 2020 to the point where unfortunately because of one association with early lockdown and just burning through the core content really quickly, I do feel like in general, also you can catch trash, I don't think I ever pointed that out actually. I do feel like I burnt out on New Horizons pretty badly to the point where I've thought about remaking my town. I had this thing in mind because of the weird save transfer situation of the Switch 1 with Animal Crossing specifically because of like, didn't want you to like dupe items for whatever reason in a generally single player game, so you don't have cloud save, so you have to use a special app to move your save over. I was just gonna be like, I'm gonna start a new town because of my dead name and everything. I'm gonna start a new town when the Switch 2 comes out. That was 3 months ago, and I still haven't done that. So at some point, I would like to make a new Horizons town again and like build it up from scratch. Happy Home was great, and yeah, they actually backported a lot of the quality of life into the Welcome Amiibo update for New Leaf. So yeah, this is a series that means a lot to me. And again, I would love to cover more of it for this whole like retrospective, this like Fox Girls favorites, as I have dubbed it. It's just not necessarily the most feasible in terms of like scheduling. And again, the next game, which is Nintendogs, just to say that right now, does have the downside of, oh yeah, how am I gonna structure a playthrough of Nintendogs? Cause like, the dogs need to sleep, and things like that. So, I guess we'll see how that goes, next time we resume the series. That'll probably be a one-off for maybe 2 streams again like this at most, and heavily edited down for the YouTube side. But yeah, I am planning to show off Nintendogs because that is another very important game to me. But again, probably a one-off, trying to go through all the like... I think like speedruns tend to try to go through the beginner like tournaments of all the 3 types. I think that might not be a bad goal to aim for that. Like just do the trick cup and like the obstacle course cup and the frisbee cup, like, but the beginner difficulty level, just to get a basic feel for how Nintendogs plays and feels, essentially. But obviously Nintendogs doesn't like have an end goal per se, unlike even Animal Crossing in this case. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting trying to figure out how I want to structure that. We'll be playing by ear, but it'll probably be 1 or 2 streams. But yeah, I really enjoy Animal Crossing. I really want to go back to my New Leaf Town now, actually, and mess around there, because I really didn't get very far. Oh, actually, Animal Crossing has an end goal. It's called 2030. Oh, right. Like, you can't move the clock past a certain point in this game. I forgot about that. It's like, wow, they didn't account for GameCubes existing this long, apparently. I think even the calendar in Super Mario Bros. Deluxe goes farther than that. And this playthrough, again, was a little bit difficult, a little bit scuffed, partly because the clock in my GameCube is not working. The CMOS battery died a while ago, so the time only moves when the GameCube's on, which actually works out nicely for the sake of, like, streaming, so I just have to do everything through time travel. Other slight issues are just obviously like not having a more thoroughly built other town to show off like Nook's store upgrades and everything. Again, we didn't see Nookway or Nookingtons, but that would cost like 300,000 bells or something ridiculous to actually show off, if I'm not mistaken. It's a large sum of number. I'm gonna double check really quickly how much I actually need to spend. 240,000 bells in Nookway to get Nookingtons, and you need someone to come and buy one item. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. That'd take a lot of days. But beyond that, unlike New Leaf, there's like no other shops that need to be upgraded. We saw the Able Sisters story, which also means a lot to me. I do appreciate that part of the game, and again, Wild World and City Folk do build on that. I also have a copy of City Folk. It's like, I should boot that up again. I haven't played City Folk in a long time. But yeah, if anything, this just kind of reignited my passion for Animal Crossing. I'm like, I should boot up all the other games. It's like, I am not going to be able to juggle 4 Animal Crossing towns at once. So, yeah, at some point I'll probably like move on from this town, and as in not try to maintain it very much. But yeah, this was a very fun little quick look at Animal Crossing. I appreciate this game so much. I appreciate most of the Animal Crossings. Again, like, I mean, I never played the plots on the Wii U very much, if that counts. But like, I also never played Pocket Camp. I know there's the offline version, but like, a part of me keeps holding out hope that maybe they'll pull Pokemon and put more of their mobile stuff on Switch. Cause like, if they drop Pocket Camp Deluxe on Switch for like $10 like it is on Apple, like, or is it 20? It's 20 on Apple. That's actually still kind of a lot, but like, if Pocket Camp Offline does ever drop on like Switch, I would be so down for that. But like, playing on the phone, I don't think I'd be as into. The Pocket Camp stuff, you just want as furniture in the modern game. Yeah, a lot of people wanted the Pocket Camp stuff to be added to New Horizons, and it never was for the most part. In general, though, I almost feel like live service and Animal Crossing don't necessarily mix, because you quickly run out of things. You run up against a limit of what's in it if they're gradually adding things to it. So I think that is the ultimate problem I have with like New Horizons, with the initial live service of it. I'd be interested in approaching New Horizons now from like a complete package where all the content that is going to be in the game is already in it. I'd be interested to see how that feels now, to like do a fresh start there. But yeah, thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Again, next stream will probably be Friday, if all goes well. And yeah, we'll see what we do. I might do something like a one-off game clear, or I might just do the Nintendogs playthrough I was talking about earlier. We shall see. Yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, you can follow for notifications when I go live in the future. I do have all my socials now in one convenient Nightbot post instead of having to link everything individually. I took out the Throne because I've had 2 bad experiences with Throne now. Unfortunately, so I'm trying to figure out what to do there. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Hope everyone has a good rest of their evening. Next week might be a little up in the air, because I know plans are being made in certain areas, shall we say. So like, there may be cases where I'm on someone else's stream, or like doing something in tandem with another stream. So again, maybe I shouldn't start Nintendogs until after I know how this is gonna go, just to avoid like conflicts in scheduling and things of that nature. But we shall see. And again, on Monday, if details are more concrete, I might shout out that stream. I do not know how much I should say at the moment. But yeah. Again, next Fox Girls favorites will be Nintendogs. I just don't know what's next, period. Again, I might just do a one-off on Friday. The game I was thinking about is Sonic Freeriders, but like the No Connect mod. Just try to finish. I've never finished it. I've only played it very briefly to see what it's like with the No Connect mod. But part of me almost wants to do a full playthrough before before Crossworlds drops, because yeah, that would be cool. I'm not getting Crossworlds at launch because with the DLC it's like $90. And that is a lot for that game. I hope it's good though. The demo was alright, or the beta was alright. Not quite my cup of tea, though. I also need to play more of Team Sonic Racing and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Give those games another shot. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and we'll be back before too long with more streams. My allergies are going absolutely bonkers. Owie. I think it's because of the mowing earlier. So yeah, it's yard day where I am, so I think that tends to set off my allergies. Yeah, I'm just gonna end here. I think I'm just gonna, like, unwind. But yeah. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day. And yeah, good night, y'all. Take care.